guys remember, I've said before, I used to want to be a boxer, but then when I thought about getting hit in the face, I said, not gonna do it.
You know what's funny is my friend told me that he kind of got interested in boxing, and he said, oh, this is cool, this is fun. So during his first real sparring match was the first time he got hit in the face, and he quit that day.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't even need to actually get hit. I saw other people get hit, and I said, you know what? That is not for me. I don't want that.
I would love to know. I guess they build up a tolerance for it is what I'm guessing. If you're a boxer, tell us. How do you build up a tolerance to getting punched in the face like that and you keep going? It's just the sound of it alone.
And you learn how to duck and bob and weave and stuff and block and stuff.
But you're still going to get some hits to that face.
You're still going to get some hits.
I feel you on that.
I was like, I don't have to do that in my life. And I'm not going to. But we're going to talk about the beginning of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, a.k.a. the UFC.
Yes.
Before it was the UFC, the Smashing Machine.
Yes. Yeah, and let me tell you, when we watched this movie, I had no idea where UFC started. I just always thought, my gosh, this stuff is like super barbaric. Like, how do you... This is coming from a person who watches gory horror movies, okay? I get the hypocrisy. Right. I'm very much a hypocrite when it comes to that. But I always wondered where it started and how that came along. And were people okay with it? And like, were the guys... This is what this movie is going to help a little bit with.
It started with people like Mark Kerr, which is who this movie is actually about.
Okay.
So, The Smashing Machine is rated R, 2 hours and 3 minutes, so prepare yourself mentally.
You won't notice it. You won't.
Yeah. 2 hours and 3 minutes is really not bad. I'm exaggerating. It stars Dwayne Johnson, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
The Rock.
Emily Blunt, and Ryan Bader. And this is the story of mixed martial artist and UFC champion Mark Kerr as he reaches the peak of his career but faces personal hardships along the way. So it's just set in like a 3-year time span from like, I think it was 97 to 2000 or something like that in his life. So let's get into it.
Okay. So I was not very excited about seeing this movie. When I first seen the trailer, I almost thought he was playing his dad in something. I didn't know what Smashing Machine was about because he looks, with that hair, he looks so much like his dad. Very much like his dad. So until I kind of seen a couple of trailers, I'm like, okay, this isn't about his dad, but what is this about? I don't know if I want to see this. I'm not a fan of sports movies, whether it's basketball, football, boxing, whatever it is. They just don't necessarily do it for me, it seems like. But lately, especially after watching Creed, I kind of started appreciating, and I liked Ali, what Will Smith did as well. I kind of started appreciating the behind the scenes work that they do, because in this one, The Rock gained 30 pounds of friggin' muscle.
He did.
Muscle.
Yeah, Mark Kerr was no joke. That was a big guy.
The Rock is, first of all, his acting is coming along so very well.
It is.
I can tell that he's been training, he's been working on his chops, and he did a great job in here, and I wasn't expecting that from him. And I actually got into this movie a lot. After about 30 minutes, I started, this is kind of interesting. Let me see what, and I ended up really enjoying it. And I'm glad, because the stuff that they did behind the scenes, in which we're going to talk about some of that, unbelievable.
Right.
Like,
he worked closely with Mark, and he got down, the way that Mark talks and things like that. Occasionally, you'd almost hear him slip into his own, but
because he's like a gentle giant in here.
Yeah.
You see this big, huge
super
man,
sweet man.
But he's not like mean to people or bullying around. He's just
very
soft,
considerate.
Yes.
And kind.
And I liked him.
He'd go in there and whoop your tail, and then be very kind.
And then he'll come, like, he's the kind that'll whoop you up real good and be like, are you okay? Just tell me if you're okay. That's all I want. And you'd be like, what?
Yep.
That's how he was in here, and I liked his character.
Beat the crap out of somebody and be like, okay, now we need to talk about this contract, because the contract that I
didn't say.
Just all calm. You would think that he would still have some of that rage or something and, go off on people, but no, he's like,
Yeah, and it was such a contrast from his everyday character, and he talked about that too. How to channel your anger and how to be disciplined and stuff, and he just talked so gentle. I'm like, The Rock, you did a good-ass job in here with that. I completely got the character.
Yeah.
And it was a very good movie.
Here's what I think, and I don't feel like this is spoilers, because this is based on a real life. So when we're watching the trailer, and I saw like they did so many interviews with The Rock and so many interviews with even The Rock and Mark. And I'm watching all this stuff, and they're talking about this is the height of his, he was dependent on drugs and he was drinking and stuff like that. Do you see him doing some drugs? Yes. Do you see him drinking? A little bit.
Very little. I don't remember him.
So that's what I'm saying. He had like a beer. He had a beer 2 weeks before he's fighting.
Oh, that's right.
He shouldn't be drinking beers, And then he overdosed, but we don't really see that. She's just like, he's in the bathroom and we can't wake him up. So I didn't fully get the whole stress of him being that addicted to stuff. I got it because they said it, but I didn't really see it too much.
In the movie. I got it immediately when I seen him grab that vial, start looking at it. I knew then this guy's going to have a problem in this movie with shooting up. And I said, this is what it's going to probably be about. So they addressed it.
They addressed it, but like, it's almost like briefly, like, this is what he's doing, you know that, and we're going to show you other stuff.
They didn't dwell on it. They didn't dwell on it heavily in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder if I'm interested to see if there are other, like a documentary or something else on this guy, because I'll be interested to learn a little more. Because like I said, I don't know a whole lot about, ultimate fighting.
Right.
It kind of scares me a little bit. But it's, the guy went through a lot, and the woman with him, who Emily Blunt plays it here.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say about her. Yeah. I mean, you're going to be the woman to this man who is in the UFC, who is busy all the time, who is on the road, who is doing this and that. You're going to play the role, basically, of either wonderful girlfriend or pre-wife. I mean,
I know my dad kept saying,
what are you expecting?
Like, why is she doing that? Like, he needs to dump her.
I was kind of thinking for a minute there, this woman is going to have him stressed out and back into the drugs because of the stuff she was doing. And it's like, when you decide to take on that position with the man in this type of work, always busy and stuff, you're not going to always be a part of the in crowd. You're going to be at home taking care of stuff, and sometimes you're going to feel a little invisible sometimes. But that's what you signed up for, girl. Leave this man alone while he does his work, or he need to ditch you. That's totally. Tell your dad I was thinking what he was thinking.
Well, they ended up getting married and having a son, but then they got divorced. So.
Yeah, I didn't even see them carrying on after some of the stuff she pulled. I mean, some of the stuff she did really could have broke him.
Yeah. That
broke
was
them both.
That was a whole story in itself.
I can't tell people that, but you're going to see it when you go on here. You'll see why. I'm sorry, but this girl was somewhat toxic for him.
Right.
I ain't going to say she was toxic for everybody because we don't know that. But for him, it just didn't seem like it was meshing with his career.
Right.
And she was making me mad.
Yeah.
He was
mad. My dad was heated too.
Tell your dad I was so with him on that. Gosh. Yeah, but we got some fun stuff to know about in this movie.
All right, and so in the 2000 Pride Grand Prix fight scene between Mark Kerr and Kazuyuki Fujita, Dwayne insisted on being hit for real, a request which actor Yoko Hamamura initially refused.
Ooh.
He was talked into it by Benny Safdie and ended up giving Dwayne a concussion to achieve that legitimately dazed look on Mark in the movie. That's crazy.
Are you serious?
Why would you even let somebody give you a concussion? That's serious.
He probably didn't anticipate getting the concussion, but I think The Rock could have looked dazed. He's got the skills. I mean, he was a wrestler.
Yeah, just
you can
act
get the
dazed.
skills, but my gosh,
concussions are serious.
Yes, and I appreciate all the work they put in behind the scenes and everything with Rock. My goodness, dude, that's the ultimate. I ain't not here for it, but I know we just said we can't take a punch with boxing gloves on, so we're definitely not taking one in an ultimate fighting ring. That is crazy.
Yeah, super crazy.
I mean, okay.
This is the first A24 movie to use IMAX film, while the majority of the movie was shot on 16 millimeter.
Okay. So I bet you this is good to see in IMAX, I'm guessing.
I'm guessing too.
Yeah. Okay. So what kind of scores?
Wait. Post-credit scenes, you're asking?
Yes.
Yes, and
absolutely.
That's one thing I do like about this movie. They show the real life photos, and they show like the real Mark Kerr and his family next to like The Rock and Emily Blunt you know, and stuff. So they'll show like similar pictures, but the real people versus next to the actors. And I appreciate that because when you watch a whole movie, you want to see what do these people really
What they look like. Yeah,
What's
like The
really
Rock.
going
I think
on?
The Rock is a little bit taller than him.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit bigger than him as well.
Yeah.
I don't know any besides.
I mean, he's older now. Mark Kerr, he's not fighting anymore, so he is shrunk a little bit, I'm sure.
And I'm sure The Rock was probably going to end up losing that. You know, get back to his regular size, maybe. I don't know. But they didn't necessarily look alike, but he did the role.
Yeah, and they even show Mark Kerr at the end of the movie shopping at a store in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yeah, he's all nice and cool looking, like
he lives here.
Hope nobody starts anything with him and just think, oh, you have no idea what some people are trained to do. No. So you should just leave people the F alone.
For real.
At all times.
For real.
Yeah, I like that because
I go to Scottsdale sometimes, so if I see him, you know.
I'm going to just say hi.
But he's super sweet.
That's what I'm saying. He's like this big old teddy bear.
Yeah.
Who's not going to fight unless, you know, he's in the ring and, you know. And I think that is a really nice story because I didn't know anything about any of this beforehand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So IMDb gave it 6.8 out of 10.
Okay.
The tomato meter, critics, gave it 72%, and the popcorn meter gave it 76%. What say you?
What say I is I give it a strong 3.5 because I enjoyed the story. It kept me engaged, and I think The Rock just did excellent. So I'm going with a nice 3.5 here.
Good. I'm going to stick with a solid 3.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. Would I watch it again? I don't know. It was a little...
It's one of those stories once you've seen it.
Yeah, once you've seen it, you're good.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be somebody that'd be like, no, I need to watch it over and over, but I've seen this once and I feel like I'm good.
Well, one of my friends, he does, he's into black belt karate and all that good stuff, so he said he's been dying to see this. And plus he wants to kind of size up what was correct and what kind of wasn't.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
I was like, I feel you gotta do that too when we see certain stuff that we're knowledgeable on. We kind of look like, yeah, that wasn't right. You know, kind of like I do when I watch the serial killer documentaries and movies. You know, the embellishments that they put into the movies and series sometimes. I don't know what she's saying, but is she talking about my love of horror? Huh? But anyhow, I recommend you go check this out. You're having a chill day. This is a cool date night movie. I went on a date night movie and it was very cool and just go out to eat afterwards. But it's something you can talk about afterwards.
Yeah.
Very, very engaging.
It is.
So I have fun with it. So check it out. All right, so there you have our review of The Smashing Machine. Check it out in theaters with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. You can find Jules and I. We are on Cash App. If you'd like to make a donation, anything is appreciated. We also, if you want to sponsor us, hit our inbox. If you have a legitimate company, we'll respond back to you within 48 hours. You can also find us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share. Tell us what you want to see. We take requests. Doesn't matter what genre it's from. Let us know. We'll shout you out on the show. All right? Thanks for tuning in. See you back soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.